Hey there, everybody. Welcome to Comic-Con 2022. It's been 3 years since we've been in person, and as you can see, I'm not necessarily in person, but I am where I am today, and certainly celebrating Comic-Con being back in the Gaslamp district at the convention center in San Diego. And as the world has evolved over the last 3 years, so have we. So today, we're celebrating virtual Comic Con in a whole new way, the hybrid style. And I've got a special guest with me today in our Chuck Jones pop up gallery located in Smarks Gallery down on 6th Avenue. 530 6th Avenue in Gaslamp, right in the middle of town there. So make sure if you see this and you find time to get over to the Sparks Gallery and look at the Chuck Jones pop-up gallery. Well, you're going to see it in just a second, so hopefully you'll be able to get over there and visit it yourself. But I have, I think it was April or May of 2020. We were all hanging out, and I got introduced through a virtual connection to a couple of guys in San Diego, hometown that they're in now, but we started talking about a virtual reality art gallery that I had hoped to bring to life maybe 12 years ago. Technology wasn't there, and these guys were like, yeah, actually, technology's here now. And so I'm going to bring on Jon Stock right now, and he has become a very good friend. I have physically met him twice in my life, but, we'd probably spent 500 hours together on virtual meetings and you name it, but over the last 2.5 years. Jon, welcome. Thank you for being representative there in the Sparks Gallery.
Hi, Craig. Good to see you again, and so much fun here at the Sparks Gallery. I hope everybody that's tuning in can come down and hang out.
Yeah, so it is, and like I said, we had this idea years ago about this virtual reality gallery, and so CORRIDAR, the name of Jon's company. Jon's the CEO of CORRIDAR and also Acme Labs, which we're going to get to in just a minute. But Jon has a very dynamic background and education and interests, and I have listened to him get very, very detailed into a lot of things that make my head spin, and I'm a computer engineer. So, if it makes my head spin, think about what's going on inside of his brain. So, Jon, tell us a little bit about your background and how you got into this space of virtual reality, augmented reality, blockchain, you name it. How did this come about?
Yeah, well, thank you for the kind words. So I'll do the very, very brief version of my background. So I've always been just really passionate about emerging tech and kind of how I saw the world evolving. And I was fortunate to spend a bit of time. I've been in the entertainment business, and I've been in the technology business, and I spent a bit of time at AT&T back in the day. This was back in like 2015 that I first got exposed to virtual reality and augmented reality and blockchain technologies, distributed ledger technologies. And as I started learning more about those things and recognizing that they were real things that were being built, so stuff that was like not just in labs and just government funded research or whatever, but like actual things that were coming to life. I became just fascinated by what I saw as this converging set of technologies. So when I think about this broad concept of the metaverse, to me, that's, augmented reality, virtual reality, or mixed reality, and then distributed ledger technologies as well. So you can do things like smart contracts and NFTs and those sorts of things. So right after AT&T, I ended up going to grad school, went to Harvard, got a master's degree there, and I focused literally on emerging tech and innovation and strategy. So like my favorite class in grad school was called Breakthrough Innovation with Blockchain Technology that I took back in something like that. And then shortly after grad school, I started doing some consulting. And then my business partner and co-founder in CORRIDAR and Acme, Chance, who's my better half in some ways, he and I had been working together on a couple of different projects trying to figure out where these technologies make the most sense. And then when we connected with Craig, it was like, all the planets aligned, and we've realized like, oh, this is like a visionary. He gets the art space, he gets what we're talking about, and like, let's all figure out how to build this stuff together.
That's awesome. I love it. That is, if I could even remember what the name of that class was, I would use it all the time and say it was my favorite class for sure. But I will say that you and Chance are a great team between the vision of the overall technology, the nuts and bolts of getting things done, and as a recovering computer engineer, I appreciate how things have evolved over the years, and so that we get to bring this to fruition. And the first tests that we did and that you guys showed me back in probably May of 2020 was, and I'm blown away. I literally was blown away at the opportunity, whether it be on the computer or on my phone or my iPad. Everything was exactly what I had hoped for. And then it's only gotten better. And as we've evolved over the last couple of years, new opportunities. And you guys were talking about it way back then, and my brain was still a little behind on, as far as blockchain authentication and the future of these virtual limited editions that were, and this is back in 2020, before anybody knew the term NFT in the real world, in the regular world. And as this whole thing has evolved, you guys have continued to stay on the forefront of the technology, and really, as you keep talking about, that bleeding edge. And as I've heard from my side, and I think you have heard from your side, that this platform that is being developed both on CORRIDAR and the Acme Labs is the one platform that is really taking in all of the elements of virtual reality, the future of commerce, the augmented reality plugins. It's not just bits and pieces, you have it all. So maybe in a concise way, you can explain how all of these fit together and what that vision could be for commerce and how it applies to what we're doing in art.
Yeah. So we think big, and we like to think about, kind of a core driver for us a lot is experiences. So what sorts of experiences can we create, and how do we help people engage and connect? And through these experiences that we create, one of the byproducts of that now comes of that is like, you can create a better shopping experience, or you can create a better education experience, or you can learn about or explore art in a more engaging and immersive and meaningful way. And then, kind of the way we think about this evolution of, we still borrow the term metaverse, that may evolve over time. A lot of the things that we're working on are so bleeding edge that like proper technical definitions haven't quite gotten locked down. But for simplicity's sake, we'll talk about the metaverse being this kind of immersive and interactive experience that you can have. And then we use those experiences. We use distributed ledger technologies. We're working with a company called Hedera right now, who's probably got the most advanced distributed ledger tech stack that's out. They've got huge companies in their governing council that help them kind of govern the technology evolution. Companies like Google and Boeing and IBM all help steer where Hedera is going. So we use that to help orchestrate the economic activity that happens in all of these experiences. So anything in the virtual world could be a product. Some things definitely should be, some things probably don't need to be. And then you have the ability to buy and sell and engage in commerce that way. So that's kind of the bigger, broader vision, is create really great experiences and then allow people to collect things or buy things or tip an artist, or there's a million and one ways to gain access to different things. The applications and the use cases are evolving rapidly, and we're really excited about being able to do it.
That's exactly, and I think that is the you know, as I've been in the art business now, which is kind of crazy to say, for 31 years, and you know, as I tell people, I got sucked into the family business after being in the computer world for a while, and uh, but it was maybe after 4 or 5 years that I came to understand that the experience of art and the way that you experience it in a gallery and the way that you experience it with a professional art consultant, the way that you experience it with an artist, that you bring a part of that with you and it becomes part of you. And that is when you bring a work of art into your environment, into your home, into wherever you're going to experience it, that it's that memory and that experience that you have with the artwork. And so that all of a sudden now the technology is here, that we can not only experience artwork in a gallery or in our home or in our office, wherever it is, that all of a sudden we get the opportunity to experience it oftentimes in a three-dimensional world of virtual reality, which is coming very quickly. And in fact, I believe you've got a setup down there in the gallery with the Oculus headsets, and maybe Scott, we can turn on the camera back there and take a look if people are on there. If we've got video back there.
I think Scott might be just about ready to step over there.
Okay, that's fine. But I will say that if he's not there.
Hey, Scott. I think you're on. We were going to show the setup.
The headset. You want to do that?
Show the headset. Are you ready?
With your camera? With your phone? I know you're there. There he goes. I know.
You know,
Vanna, come on, Vanna.
Experience just now.
That's a real life experience right there.
Yeah.
I think he'll be doing that. But so here it is right here. So let's go ahead and look at this. In the back of the gallery, we've got Oculus headsets that are being available for people to put on. People can come by. I mean, this is daytime. When the night hits, it's going to be packed, people waiting for this. So you'll put on the Oculus headsets and you can see and experience and move around in a small area. There it is. Yes. So now if we can stream that, you'll be able to see it on the television as well. And in a minute, I'm going to give you a little fly through exactly what it looks like inside that space. I mean, if you've never experienced an Oculus headset, I tell you, the opportunity to come into the Sparks Gallery, into the pop-up that we've got there, and experience this virtual world, it is mind-blowing. And I've told Jon before that, yep, there she goes. Now she's looking around. That's so cool.
Yeah.
Yep. And I know if she looks up at the ceiling, that she can literally, it would be like looking inside this space. I'll show you it in just a second, but you too, if you go to the Sparks Gallery, will do this. Scott, I'm gonna share maybe we're gonna get a casting going on. There it is. Now we can, Scott Dickin, if you can hear me, you can point at the television as well. There you go. This is what she is actually seeing inside the Oculus headset as she moves around, with just a hair of a delay, but there you go. So you can come in and experience that. Scott, I'm gonna Scott Ryder, I'm gonna share my screen now, and let's see if I can do this properly. Now that you guys can see what this looks like when you come in and take a look at the virtual reality spaces. So now you get your own experience of what you'll be able to see if you come in. Videos on the wall with sound. Look at the environment that that CORRIDAR and Acme Labs has created. I mean, I gotta say, I get blown away every time that I see it, every time they experience it. It is a treat.
Yeah, my favorite bits of feedback we've had from the weekend, essentially everybody that goes in goes, wow. And
Yeah,
then
yeah.
there is something about this, like gallery within a gallery, right? There's already a great gallery experience happening here. And then there's this like secret special area to go and see stuff that's just not available to everybody else. And so you get this kind of intimate, your own little tour of a very cool and interesting space. And you get to see something that very few people have seen before.
It
So
is,
it's
yeah.
feedback on that.
So we're not going to have time to really get into the other little sneak peek, but I will just say, if you haven't heard of Lost Rabbit, the Chuck Jones character that was created in the early '80s, that has really been has never been in circulation since then, and so we are look on social media, search on Lost Rabbit with a capital W to begin with, and you'll get a little sneak peek of what's going to be revealed over the coming weeks. If you go into the Sparks Gallery Chuck Jones pop-up, you can actually take a peek inside the Oculus. Nobody else in the world can see what is coming but you who go in to there. So Jon, thank you for coming today, and have fun down there in the real world. I'm here in the virtual world, but we will
like
catch up a little later.
Spider-Man walking around right outside the window right now, so I'm a little distracted, but
as it should be.
Get him in the VR.
All right. Well, thank you, and
Thanks,
we'll
Greg.
catch up later. Take care.